time for Around the Ozarks Rewind, brought to you by Kaleidoscope at the corner of Fremont and Sunshine. Here are your hosts, Woody and Janet.
Hey, everybody! How you doing? Hey, you know what?
What?
It is what it is.
Oh, don't.
Man, I hate that.
I'm over it.
I'd rather somebody just come up and blow in my face than It seems like people, if you say the same word twice in one sentence, you can say it with confidence. It is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, rules are rules.
I spent the weekend with...
A deal's a deal.
Oh, jeez. I spent the weekend with a bunch of young...
We can go in there and see who's who and what's what.
Somebody made Woody mad, I guess. Somebody in here. He's got a bone to pick.
I was around a bunch of young people over the weekend.
Can we get to you in a minute? We're talking about
but
me.
I'm saying they have all the things
now
you're saying.
Now we'll go in there and we'll see what's what.
It is what they don't do
and
that.
Who's who, and whatever happens, well, it happens.
Young kids don't say that.
Because it is what it is. Yeah. Hey, what'd you do this weekend, Jen?
Oh, not much. Just married.
Hey, congratulations, Grandma Janet.
Married my daughter off. Grandma?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
They've had 2 days.
No.
What do you think they've been doing?
No, they're on their honeymoon. Honeymoon. She still has 2.5 years.
Wait a minute.
Of
We're going to
school.
get to our special guest in just a moment. But, Janet, I want to hear all about the wedding.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, wow. Well, it was Sunday. It was fabulous.
It
was just a great day. I mean, you could just feel the joy and people were worshiping, and the bridesmaids and the groomsmen and Lily and Joel sang this amazing song.
Lily sings?
Yeah.
And is she as good as you?
She's good. She's really good. And I don't know. It was beautiful. It was hard. Don't get me wrong. Only child, daughter, getting married.
I saw some video of it, and I heard your laughter. It was you laughing louder than anybody.
I know. I was loud. I was screaming, crying.
Mike looked good.
Yes.
Everybody looked beautiful.
Everybody was.
Yeah,
and those
awesome.
Bridesmaids, the way they did their Gangnam style.
Yeah,
they came out that way.
That was
a big operation you had down there, huh?
It was
cool. Well,
quite a big deal.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Grandma Janet.
It's hard, I'll tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged, pleased, and overjoyed to have in the studio the one, the only, a former basketball teammate of mine.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Randy Little.
Basketball teammate.
We were good.
I don't know.
Yeah, we did.
We were good.
Yeah.
Where? Who? What team?
What did we call ourselves? We took
name.
a pig to our basketball games.
Bo Durock.
Bo Durock.
Yeah. Pig lived with us at station.
You two live together?
No,
with a pig?
The
pig.
Yeah, me and Randy and the pig.
Yeah.
Wow. And I ain't kidding.
And Big Ray Diekmeyer.
I ain't pigging.
Man, I think about Ray all the time.
I was talking about him yesterday.
I've got a great picture of Ray and I together, and what a good guy he was.
He was a good
played
man.
people at the penitentiary. We played a lot of games. We had about 2 or 3 games per week.
Oh, my gosh.
And, we lost more than we won.
I have never seen you play a sport, ever.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Good basketball player.
I made a basket once.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time I made a basket?
Yeah, he did. Actually, he did.
Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time I dribbled the ball?
Everybody wanted to stop and think. Everybody thought it was AI or something.
Obviously, I was not a center or a forward. I was a guard, a small guard.
He was very good. You were a good shooter.
I was just quick.
Wow.
But now I'm not. I'm just old. Janet, you haven't changed a bit, have you?
Nope.
I can stare at you all day long. She hasn't changed a bit.
You are sweet.
Yeah, grandma or not doesn't make any difference.
I'm not a grandma. Let's get
as far as you know.
I know. I know
well,
this.
you'll get there, and you'll like it.
Oh, is
and
she
I'll
taking
be
the pill?
Good gosh. No.
Well then.
No.
I'm sure she's doing
not.
something, Woody.
She's they're
The rhythm method?
No. I'm not comfortable talking about this.
Well, I guess you wouldn't, but your daughter's married now.
Yeah, it's gonna be
She has
grandkids coming.
This girl is a woman now.
They've got things covered.
There you go.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So she still has 2.5 years of school.
Well, yeah, she should finish school.
They'll get there.
Yeah.
I got a grandson in college.
Oh, Oh.
She's not going to an Ivy League
Mizzou.
school, is she, learning all that?
No, she got her undergrad. She already graduated that from MSU, and now she's got 2.5 years for
I don't
her
want her
master's.
going to Harvard.
She's not going to Harvard. Harvard.
That place is messed
She's
up.
not going to Harvard.
Randy, how's the bandana boot sale
You
going?
know, that was one of the best ones, wasn't it? We had a lot of fun over the years. I was telling someone about the Heine Winery. Remember that?
Heine Wine, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Tiny winery.
Yeah, that's his.
You guys have history.
Oh, well, we're old.
I know.
Shut up.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Well,
You have
Heine-
wisdom now.
Yeah.
You don't have youth. You
That's
got
what
wisdom.
it is. It's wisdom.
And pain.
Yeah.
Pain.
Yeah. Well, PFI started in 75.
Now,
That's 1975, not 1875.
was it on Chestnut Expressway?
Yeah. Four sides
Okay.
down, yeah.
And wasn't there a place called PFI on Glenstone?
Oh, it's PFA.
PFA.
Yeah.
PFA.
Oh,
Boy,
it was
did they
that
get
was a
mad at
scandal
me.
and a
They
half.
thought-
Yeah.
They thought I gave away their promotional ideas on the air.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
that
I
a
had
scam?
people. It was a big scam. I had people calling me and threatening me because
Are
they
you
thought I was
serious?
part of that group, and I
Yeah.
said we got to change our name. Then that's when we went to our PFI was what become Preferred Farmers Feed and Western Store. That's how try to put that in a letterhead.
Yeah.
You know, from 3 letters, but that was fun.
But that place you got now, how long has it been there?
Well, he
You
doesn't.
mean I know I'm sold.
He's done.
I sold.
You didn't know that?
Well, let's go back to where you started that. It
Yeah.
had
Okay.
flags everywhere.
Yeah, I had someone come in on. We were doing a benefit for the Good Samaritan Boys Ranch and Protect the Harvest. We raised $308,000 that evening, and about 3:00 that afternoon, I had someone, headhunter, attorneys or whatever, and they called and said, "You might want to check your email. There's a letter of intent." Well, okay, so I went out there and speed up forward. Less than 30 days. Because that night we ended, and I said, this is going to be on my last night because I read it. And 30 days later, the businesses were sold. The inventory was taken. 30 days, not 130 days, what everybody said is going to be.
Wow.
And their check cleared, and they can do what they like.
Do you
good people,
remember?
great people,
Do
good
you
friends.
remember
It's
the
probably best it happened so fast.
Oh, it was because it's kind of like burying your best friend or your
Right.
wife. I mean,
Yeah.
it's because you live the
He
business.
had-
7
You don't
days
have
a
time to
week.
think
He
about
had a
it.
studio in there.
Yes, we did.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the place was amazing.
Do you remember the leather jacket you gave me?
Yep.
Man, that was some beautiful. It was all
He
hands.
gave you a leather jacket.
Well, I worked.
Yeah, he helped.
Yeah, I did some things there.
I mean, we
Well,
had a
I-
lot of fun with the media back in then. It was fun.
That was when
everybody.
radio was
Fun.
all live people.
Yeah. Well,
We
one
played-
of your old buddies came by there and was talking about you, John Halley. And
John Halleck?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
man.
not doing very good. He's 90% blind, and he's struggling to walk. But, you know, we were talking about the good old days. He came out to one of my newest deals is, you know, have this berry farm.
I want to hear
Yeah.
about
We're gonna,
this.
yeah, we're
I-
going to hear
gotta get
about
to
that.
there.
I got to
I've
get
read
a quick
about it.
John Halley story in. We had everybody out to his house, and
John
then
Halley?
his daughter walked over to his table. We were all sitting outside, and she said, "Woody bit me."
What? How old was she?
I don't know,
20?
about 4 or 5. And I didn't bite her.
How old were you?
I don't know, 20-something, I guess.
He wasn't biting yet. You know,
Wait.
he was rabid. Yeah, or rabbit, I should say.
Why are
I'll
you
never forget
biting
that.
kids?
Why in the world would she say that? I said, John, I did not bite her.
Are you sure?
I love children, but I didn't bite. I
I
didn't
don't
bite
know.
her.
That first time you and I met,
Okay.
when I was little.
That was a little bite on the shoulder.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There's a history there.
Nibbling.
Yeah,
Nibbling.
nibble history.
he has
huh?
a history. He has a
Nibbles
history.
now.
No.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yes.
starts.
So anyway,
Now it just
so
feels
how
like
long have you been out
Gums.
of the PFI store?
It's becoming 3.5 years. 3.5
Where
years.
have I?
yeah.
Oh, I've been living in Portland.
But, you know, they keep it moving like we did. And then,
do they? They're good at it.
yeah, well, not really.
Oh,
But
nobody
it's
listens to
theirs,
this. Don't worry
you
about
know,
it.
it's theirs, and they
parents
can do what
they want
and,
with it.
And I want them to
They're not
succeed.
taking government money, are they?
No, I doubt it.
They better not be.
Actually, they resold, and they got a great group that bought them all. There's 3 big investment firms, and some that you'd recognize, and they got a great managing partner and doing them all their stores. And I wish them luck, and I think that they will do good long term. Mm-hmm. It's just you miss it. You miss the family. You miss the friends. You miss your employees. My goodness, that was so tough. Mm-hmm. All the years, 30 years. I mean, geez.
Wow, yeah.
Bunches. I mean, Sandy and I went back for 40-some years doing commercials
you're still
and stuff
looking young
together.
Yourself.
Well, it's because you're half blind, but that's okay. I appreciate the compliment.
Well, I'm half blind.
Johnny might bite you, Randy.
It's changed. I did my physical, and he says, I'm healthy as my numbers came
back
great.
Get that. What is that?
That is awesome.
That physical that they passed up on Biden?
Yeah, they forgot the PSA test.
PSA?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mine is .03, so that means nothing.
Is that good?
Nothing's going on.
Anything below 5 is good. So I'm in the points. So I'm tickled to death about that. But you never know. You live long enough, you're going to have some. So
you think?
You think, and it's probably true.
I don't plan on having.
See this red face? That's because I'm out in the berry fall. Alcohol.
Alcohol.
I know. We've seen that before.
I've been there.
I get like that. So tequila makes
it's a whole face. It's not the nose. So, I've been outside a lot for 3
All
and a
right,
half
so
years.
now you're growing strawberries?
Strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries.
Well, tell us about it. Now, I understand there are several different types of blueberries, and you're supposed to grow them together. Do you know anything about that?
Well, we grow them side by side. Wow. They're like cousins. We have 5 different varieties of blueberries.
And you grow them side by side, but they help each other somehow, right?
Well, they may talk to each other in the night. I don't know, but
no, I've read that somewhere. That's a biological fact that
they're very,
they do
very
better
sexy.
when they're with other types of blueberries.
They're cousins.
Sound right.
Well, we got over 6,000 plants, blueberry bushes. 6,000. If we have everybody in Springfield come out 1.5 times and bought 2 pounds, we'd still have more berries than we're going to have.
How many acres is this?
7.5 acres. Wow. Of actual berries planted. And not to get into them and around them, not the rows and everything else.
When you say actual berries, you mean, we're talking blueberries specifically?
Bushes. Blueberry bushes, yes.
And tell us about the strawberries.
Well, we had 60,000 plants. We're at the end of the season. We may have a few more, but it's all rain dependent. But
strawberries are already ripened?
They're already done.
They're done.
Wow.
We did 4 weeks of it. That's long.
So people come
how long
out.
Does it take
it's a you pick.
You pick.
You should have about a 6-week period in blueberries. Depends on how hot or.
What I mean, blueberries are usually ripened in the June in the what?
They're going to be ripened next week.
Next week. Now, how has all this rain affected you?
Strawberries like to be watered. They don't like rain. They get rain spots. Everything we do is underneath the ground, irrigated through feed tubes. It's all on zones. It's not that part of it's not manual.
And where is this?
Straight down Interstate 44 to exit 61, Hood's truck stop. I'm a 1/4 mile south.
And the name?
Missouri Berries, big signs. You can't miss us. It's it's 120 acres.
So people
down
come out.
44.
I-44 West.
So people come out and they decide how much they want. I assume in a like a bushel or
yes,
basket.
Bushel.
Do you pick them? Do they pick them themselves?
It's pick up. Yeah, people. We do pre-picks too.
Okay.
As if
But you can go out there with the family and
See,
and that's a whole thing.
spend a day out there.
And what we love families to do is they come. You get to know them. There are a lot of them past customers, and the first thing you do, we had 4 different varieties of strawberries. You have them taste them, and when you tell to go pick,
I used to do that when I was little.
now,
Get sick
if you
at my
pick
grandma's
too
house.
much, you will get sick.
Yes, I've done
So
that.
I don't care.
Wait a minute. If you pick too much?
And eat them.
'em.
If you eat too much as you're picking, you will get sick.
That's
been
because
there.
of all the formaldehyde that you
No, we don't use any of that. That's Mexico. That's somebody else. That's another
That's
country.
Too many strawberries.
That's when you buy them in the store. When you buy ours, you take a bite of them. They're red all the way through.
Oh, nice.
There's no white in these puppies. And I tell people to sample. How do you know the difference of taste? Go taste them. Everybody's going to have difference.
Think of that
I
in
knew
your
which one I
smoothie.
like best.
Yeah, right.
And that's the same with blueberries. I mean,
They're so good for you.
Oh, and we got different varieties, and that's go find some, go sample them.
Yeah.
Have fun
When you
with
buy them in the store, how do you know what type you're getting? I guess you don't. They're just
Strawberries in the store don't even taste.
Strawberries in the store are not really. I got to be careful because you probably have 2 more listeners, but you don't want to. I know what I put on the product. And I would never you can't make it shelf ready unless you do stuff to make it shelf ready.
Right.
And I don't want
preservatives and all of that.
I never want mine to be shelf ready.
Yeah.
Because there's an extra week in time you pick it in Mexico, time you get it at the grocery store and you buy it. You know,
they spray
ours
it with something, right?
There's stuff that goes on it that I will never use.
I think they
because I know
spray
exactly
apples,
what goes on ours.
No, you can spray stuff that's non-toxic and
we're about as organic as we can get without controlling of the weeds.
The stuff I have put on my
Gotcha.
just lawn, I told them I don't want anything toxic because I know that will run down into the creek.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
And actually,
you had to mention creek.
What?
It's eating my land up. It's just I can't get from one side of the land to the other anymore.
Too much water, huh?
He needs help.
Much. It's water.
All down.
It used to be a small little creek.
Well, it
Now
has
it's
rained some.
deep and wide.
Now it's a river.
Did you know, that's probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was this big storm came through.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, you notice it?
We were in it. We are where that big signs fell down the Hood's truck stop. Yeah. We're right next door to it. We lost probably 80 trees over our farms everywhere. I lost a barn.
Barn?
This is where I used to cross, right there.
And no more today. That's a lot.
You can't drive over there
dang near
anymore.
swim over it now.
Can you swim, Woody?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I can swim. I got my Red Cross.
You know what? That would
lifesaver
probably help you if you could just back float on your little creek.
Yeah, I'm thinking
all
about
the
opening
pressure
up a
off
public
of it.
pool in Fordland.
That's it. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
next
with
to
your
my
creek?
jewelry store.
Yeah.
And
Boy, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
And boot store right next to it.
There you
You
go.
could do that.
Hey, now you're talking his language.
Yeah,
over here.
Bandana
from
boot
boots to
store.
bandana boots. That's our best sale we ever did. And everybody remembers the jingle. And
I'm disappointed
God.
that the strawberries are over now. 'Cause
well,
that
we
would
might
be
find
a
you
fun-
some.
that'd
We
be
might
a
find you some.
wonderful.
But the blueberries, I mean, that sounds.
And
I
then,
could do that too.
after that, guess what's next?
Oh, wait a minute.
Blackberries.
Let me
Blackberries.
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 I think it's going to be a good year for
They're
blackberries.
not just blackberries, and they're this big, and they're about that round.
Wow.
Oh, I
mean, they are
love
so
blackberries.
good,
Mine
and
are
they're good
about
to
the size
sample.
of
And
my
we got them on trellises, where you bend them over, you let it the sun.
Are they stickery though when you pick them?
We have no thorns, zero thorns.
Really? Because my
Thornless.
grandma, when I
That ain't
picked
no-
blackberries
This ain't
at
no
her
grandma
house,
thing.
Different strain.
And then you come out and then you set them up, and you can pick them from your neck to your waist, all that you want to eat. Wow. You have no
neck
bending
to your-
over. You don't have to bend over, and you may have to raise your hand.
I don't mind bending over.
But this is.
Which you
So anyway, moving forward, they are great blackberries, and the face is not turning red. That's no problem.
his is or now mine is.
So anyway,
Woody's the only one white.
so did you?
I quit drinking.
Andy, Woody, did you hear about our latest in Branson?
Yep.
No, Kelly.
Newest operation.
Kelly
Yeah,
mentioned
I went
it
down
to
there. It
me.
was amazing.
Oh, I want to.
Adventure Seekers.
Adventure Seekers.
Okay.
Adventure
do tell.
secrets?
Seekers.
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 Yeah.
I thought he said secrets too.
A seeker of
And you
adventure.
sit in that building for about 2 months, and we leased the building for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, year 7.5, they quit paying. So they had a different name. So I had to go down and rebrand it, redo it, as if I needed another thing to do. But it's really cool. You got to go through it.
Adventure.
You'll never
Seekers.
understand it until you go there.
Yeah.
Try to explain it.
It would be hard to explain, actually, everything you see and do in there. It's
Try.
Well,
Is it like Ripley's?
No. Oh, no. I don't know what you compare it to, except if you've been to Disney.
I haven't.
Okay, there's a ride down there called Soarin'. Ours is called Fly Ride.
Oh, you have a ride.
Oh, it's
Well, that's
it's
just part of it,
immersive,
though.
right? Yeah, it's a small
like
part.
4D type flying virtual thing.
Everything. It's
Yeah.
the coolest thing on. It's a family
Indoors.
indoors. And
Oh,
it's
wow.
all indoors. It's hard. It's immersive. You're going across the United States, even big cities. It's a cool ride, and you land on a ship. And you really, I don't want to tell much more
Yeah,
about it
it's-
because you got to
Do you
experience
feel like you're
it.
on an airplane, or you feel like you're actually
I feel
flying?
like you're on maybe a hand glider type thing, but you're
Nice.
It's
Do you
you're strapped
control
in.
and
it?
you smell smells, you
Yeah,
feel.
Smell?
it's incredible.
Water hits
Yeah.
you, But
incredible.
actually, you'll hold your chair. You're holding on.
Yeah.
You're actually holding on. And every time I'm on it, I see something I didn't see before. And then we have another one that's going to be really cool probably later
I bet
this
I'd
fall.
fall out.
Jurassic Park. Can you imagine that in 5D?
That will be cool.
It is. They'll be eating you alive.
Oh.
But the rest of it is the secret.
The rest of it is incredible. Yeah.
It will
I shot
take
a
you
big
2
video.
hours.
I'll show
Yeah.
you.
Well,
it will take
show
you
me.
2 hours to go through it.
Yeah,
if
it
you
did.
And if you push all the buttons just to learn stuff.
Yeah.
It's so interactive. You can do anything, especially if kids.
Excuse me, what are you keeping as a secret?
Why am I keeping it a secret? We're really not. But it's just we got to tell
You
the story.
just said the rest of it's a secret.
Well,
You're on the Woody and Janet podcast, listened by dozens of people.
Yeah.
Thousands,
No
hundreds
secret.
of thousands. Sorry, he's hundreds of thousands. Dozens of hundreds.
I really say it's probably the best kept secret in Branson. You really should never promote it that way.
All right,
but
give
it
us
is.
directions, driving directions. You go down 65.
Well, if you're on the strip on 76,
76.
and you're 3 buildings down east from the Titanic, across the road from the Wax Museum. It was our.
I know exactly where it is.
It used to be our theater, and they bought it, or they leased it to convert it.
Yeah.
And it was
to
a
be-
Starlight Theater for years. Well,
sure.
we owned the building for, I don't know, 15 years or longer, 20, something like that. But I didn't
love
intend to
those
do this because
3D
this is
virtual. I
way
love
out.
that stuff.
I learned very quickly, you're sitting down there, that marketing to tourist and marketing retail is a whole different animal.
Really.
If you
Wait a
think
minute, let me think about that.
It is.
Retail and marketing tourists. Okay, tourists.
Because-
so it takes different types of hooks. Or
It's like left brain and right brain. It's so. I wanted to tie it to something else, and I began asking some friends that knew more about tourist marketing than I did. Mm-hmm. I think I was good at retail marketing and fun because I could develop something, create something, and have an event for something. Party in the parking lots, all the goofy stuff that we did. Here, you have a short window of time. And really, we are set up, and we will never be a main stop to come to Branson. I realize that. But we fill a lot of time in between. You know,
Like people, once you're there,
you
you're
have
gonna
something
And
love
else.
daytime,
this.
maybe the shows
Yeah.
you're going to see her at night, and you can go daytime, you can go to his place.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can spend all afternoon. We're probably going to come up with a program that if you want to come back the next day, you've already bought your ticket.
Oh.
You can come back because once you get in there, dang, I only get to do this much. And there's so many more things to do.
And it's air conditioning in there.
Your
summertime.
ticket's good for the
You get
next
places
day.
to go during
Oh,
the day.
yeah.
And we'll make a ticket good for the next day.
Yeah.
Nice.
The next day only?
Well, we don't care. I don't know. I haven't got that
How about
finished
for
yet.
a week?
Well, I haven't got that quite done yet. Woody's
Woody's trying to
negotiating here.
define- right,
He wants
right.
a free ticket. I wouldn't.
Woody, some of the
I think I have
things-
some in my back pocket.
Nice.
Well, that'd
Woody,
be
you gotta go
nice.
see it because you'll see without giving too much away, there's like a conspiracy wing.
Oh, it's so
Oh
cool.
my,
We
it was
work
right up
for
my
gift
alley,
cards.
man.
Conspiracy
Did
wing.
you sit down to it?
Oh man,
can't-
I was right up my alley.
And
Well,
we're
I
gonna be
would
at the-
love. I would love that.
Well, then you'll love 2 rooms past it,
Yes,
too.
yes.
I mean, it's set up for adults and kids.
Yeah.
And family. It's
And
a family
photo ops
entertainment.
all through the thing. Photo
On
ops.
76.
There's probably
Nice.
there's
Close to
probably
Gretna Road, not very far from Gretna Road as
Yeah.
well.
Starlight.
yeah.
The old
Starlight Theater. Right, where's
I
the
don't
hot
remember
spot of the
Starlight.
strip?
Do you have food available
No, that's
there?
what we don't want to have
You don't want that.
Well,
because
you-
it's all
you
touchscreen.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
greasy kid
Greasy.
fingers on everything.
And there's so
Could
many.
ruin it, too.
You could spend. If you went 8 in the morning and got out at 7 evening, you still wouldn't be able to go through all the things if you did them individually.
If you were there all day.
And there's so many knowledge things that you want to know
Wanna
to
hurt
test
my
your brain.
back?
The conspiracy theory, it sells it in 3 different versions
Yeah.
and does a dang good job of it.
Yeah.
Does the chair shake or anything?
Well, that's a separate.
That's a
the
separate
ride.
deal.
That's the ride.
I got to get my back fixed before.
I don't think,
I think
you
it
need
probably
to do
just
that.
moves a little bit, right? Like a.
Where it tilts forward.
Where it tilts-
Yeah, you don't want to look down because it's a long way down there.
Yeah, it makes you think
Yeah,
you're
it's 4
flying.
stories.
Yeah, it's
I'll fall.
Man, we're there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do
love
a
it.
remote?
Well, I guess we could do a remote
Yeah,
back in the
let's
day.
do-
Let's do a remote
Hey,
down there.
line this up with Kelly. We want to do a remote for KOSP.
Okay.
For what? What's KOSP?
The beat.
The beat.
That's your
929 The
station,
Beat.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's one of our stations. Thankfully.
One of them. I thought you wanted to do the cave.
Well, actually, I wanted Kelly, and when everybody's I was trying to help market this thing, and the only way to do it, I said, Kelly, you got to people come down.
You have to see it. Yeah,
I can tell you about it all day long until you go through it and see it.
Several of us DJs went down there and we
Janet
filmed
Lane.
videos. They're on social media. Yeah.
And I have something to offer you that nobody else can get.
Good looks.
It's Woody and Janet back on the air doing a remote
Oh, I was
broadcast
afraid of what
We
he
could do
was
that.
going to say
from
there.
one of Randy
actually.
Little's new adventures.
Yeah,
You
called
almost hit
Adventure
me.
Seekers.
You almost hit me right in
It's like the old days all over again, Woody.
Yeah,
You almost hit me.
like the old days.
Hey, whoa.
Just like the old
Oh,
days.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
Quackers.
brushed you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Some
we're
of the
gonna
things
do
that
a remote
Woody
broadcast.
pulled off
Haven't
that
been on
you
the
couldn't
radio
do
for
today.
He was a legend. Yeah, I don't think you'd get away with some of the stuff you used to do.
Oh,
Woody.
and he
He just did. He just touched my
There was one of them.
bosom.
That was one of them I'll never forget. That Ray Diekmeyer in the back in the day, someone went on radio, Woody's, and told someone that had come out to see my Super Bowl ring. Yeah, imagine that. So they keep coming out, people coming out, and they created a new position for me on the Super Bowl.
Oh, for you.
For me. And
you had a
people
ring.
bought
Oh.
it. People bought into it. They came out to the store to look. Short back.
Short back.
So I mean, some of the stuff that they and people bought into this crap.
Wow, Woody.
It's like
I know.
TKO Grady.
I- I
there's
just-
We had
another
people
good
go
one.
out
Oh, man.
standing in the
Yeah,
rain
I
waiting
know.
for a parade that
There's a
didn't
lot.
exist.
Gary's gone. I mean, there's so many of them.
Rick Snelson.
Rick Snelson. I mean, there's so, Hallie's dang near there. It's
I don't know how. I don't know.
Fred Schweitzer got all the great people on the TV side. That's
I don't know how. I don't like it. I don't like the idea.
No,
Of people,
but when you
my
get
friends
older,
dying.
that's. I
It's
mean,
not a good idea.
I've got friends now sick, and I mean, it
Especially
just
through all
happens.
the millions of people we had come through our store.
Hey, listen. A week
all the
ago,
Bet.
a week
bet.
ago,
You're
I got
seeing them go.
a message on Facebook that said, "Are you the Woody Snow that was on the radio in Springfield?" And I thought, well, I wrote
Was it a-
affirmative.
was it a
Thank
woman?
you for remembering. I don't know, but here's what I got this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the songs you wrote and sang and your radio program. I lived in Aurora until my 20s, and then I moved to Texas. But I never forgot your show, and I never will. Now, I don't know what
Aw,
show she
that's
took.
nice,
I
Woody.
mean, that could have been at KICK. I don't know what
No,
she's
they're talking about when I was on with you.
Well, she didn't mention, she or he didn't mention you.
Let me see that. Oh, well, I'm sure that's
So
what she
anyway,
meant.
I'm
You could have
thinking.
been back in the Bo Rock era.
I'm thinking about.
I wasn't.
I owe
I
Kelly
never
an
saw the
apology
pic.
anyway. I should go in there and apologize. I yelled at her because she didn't give us enough heads up to prepare for you.
Oh, really?
Can't you tell?
Yeah, well, it's
prepared.
not like we haven't done something before together.
Yeah,
it's not like
you
we're
have a
not
history.
lost.
Right.
It's
And if you want to see the place in Branson, the website is adventureseekersbranson.com.
there's three.
Take the kids,
Sweet.
go down there, spend a
There's
day
four.
down there.
The kids, I
Yep.
could take the newlyweds.
You can take your grandkids.
my grandkids.
Your grandchild.
Yeah.
I would like grandchildren.
Or you can bring
just-
them out to pick strawberries or blueberries or
too.
blackberries.
Exactly. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Strawberries.
Or adventure seekers. But you got to go on. You need to go down there and spend some time.
Yeah.
Allow yourself some time to go through it.
What time's it open?
10 o'clock.
Oh, come on. How about 7?
You could do it if you want to. We got a key.
Well, we should be there. If we're going to do a remote,
Yep. Send you
we
down
should
there.
get there an hour before it opens
Yep.
so we can drum up.
Get ready.
Get a line going.
Get a couple drinks in
Actually,
us.
they did have
Get
a good line going this weekend. The crew that we put in down there, they've done a tremendous job. Keegan's a good general manager, and they're bought into making this thing successful, and that's going to be the key to Branson.
I haven't been down there for a while, and I'm wondering who are the performing artists that are. I mean, Andy Williams is gone, Glenn Campbell's gone, Yakov, he's moved to Hollywood.
He's still down there a little bit.
Yeah, he owns a place down there. You're going to see his mansion.
Yeah, he does a good job. Probably one of the better ones is Clay Cooper.
Right. He's a big name down there.
See,
Clay's, and
to
you
me,
would
he's-
know him. You would know him.
I would?
He's been around long enough. Clay's a really good guy.
The Presleys are still there, right?
Presley's
The
does a
Haygoods.
great job.
Haygoods,
Presley's is a staple.
But the big names like Bobby Benton,
they're all gone.
Yeah.
That Dick Clark Theater was amazing. Brian Hyland and Bobby V and the Chiffons and
Grand Palace and all the people we brought in from Kenny Rogers.
And John Denver. Saw him there. Got to go backstage and talk with him about songwriting.
Well,
You got to talk to John Denver? Mm-hmm. I don't know that I knew that.
the guy that oh my goodness, help me out, American Pie.
Don McLean.
Don McLean.
Oh.
Don McLean.
I was thinking of the
Don
movie.
McLean. He was on with the show Larry's Country Diner, and he said, "You got to talk to me." Went over, and he probably has 50 pairs of boots, and he wanted to design a really unique pair. Mm-hmm. So we got down to designing and emailing and talking back and forth on the phone. And he said, "Well," I said, "What size do you want them in?" He says, "Randy, I don't wear them. I just make them. I just put them on a shelf." He has a whole library of boots that he's created. Fantastic. The nicest guy. Some of these people that we've had, with down there during the show at the time of,
that was
from
an
the
amazing
Statlers
show because it was it's like, let's make this extraordinarily common.
It is so common. We're going to do it one more time.
Wow.
We're going to bring it back to life.
Same guy behind the counter?
Larry, yeah. I talk to him about 3 or 4 times a week. Wow. We're going to do it one more year, and then we're going to do one final cruise, and we're going to invite all of our friends. And last year I did a concert out at the Berry Farm. Had Rhonda Vincent.
There you go.
This
Again.
year.
You know who I really enjoyed?
I was not invited.
Well, wait a minute. I'm probably going to do one this fall because he's a good friend. I've had him. We did him 3 times when he started. A long time ago, probably, I guess, I don't know, mid-70s, we started this party in the parking lot thing,
Did you
80s,
get
90s.
invited?
Wow.
Yeah, and when the old stadium. But anyway, we've done a bunch.
Of course.
Oh, gosh, I don't. Thomas Rhett was probably my biggest.
Yeah,
I want to tell you,
Thomas
the
Rhett.
guy I really enjoyed was Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens.
He's got a bad toupee. You need to talk to him about that toupee.
Yeah.
Because yours looks natural.
Well, thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a toupee.
Well,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, wink,
Pull
wink.
that thing out.
Say no more, say no more.
He's always had
But,
hair.
somebody needs to talk to him about that. But did you hear what he said about Nick Sibley?
No. Was it all good?
He called him a genius. He said,
Oh, I heard about that. Yes, exactly.
He just
that
did
on
an
Larry's
album.
Country Diner. Yeah.
that's exactly right. I was watching Larry's Country Diner.
Yeah.
And he said, and this genius in Springfield, Nick Sibley, wrote this.
Wow.
And he did a whole album, Nick Sibley's songs.
Yeah. Yeah. He did.
And
The
I've been
show
telling people
was
for
about
years.
a show about nothing. We had 0 cue cards, no clocks, no nothing. It would just go. The music comes up. The music comes up at the end. The show's over.
There you go.
No matter if you're in conversation, it doesn't make any difference. That's how the show went.
That's
and
cool,
we
man.
did it for. I did it for 11 seasons.
That's
Larry
cool.
did it for 13.
Wow.
13. Can you imagine all the trips we made back and forth to Nashville?
So let me ask you this,
Is that
Randy.
where the show was?
Yeah, we filmed it in Nashville.
I thought it was in Branson.
No, never in Branson.
I thought you were driving down there every week to...
No, we had to fly or drive.
Fly into Nashville.
Wow. Okay, my question:
Yeah.
Are you
Crazy? Yes.
well, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Gotta be crazy.
so
At my age, why
wouldn't
would
even
I do
recognize
this? Yeah.
it. No, I'm wondering: are you more busy now than you were?
when you had the store.
You know,
Right.
I intend to retire when I die.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't intend to.
That's
go
healthy.
You like
fishing.
doing stuff.
What's
I'm
my
gonna-
favorite
my
saying,
brain-
Jen? You're either growing
Or you're withering.
or you're withering.
I thought your favorite
Well,
saying
we're
was, "It
working
is
on a pretty big
It is what it is."
Keep
Yeah.
It is what it
Wait,
is.
we're getting a
We're
secret.
working on a pretty big
Rules are
project
rules.
in Kansas City too. It's going to be cool and crap.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah, by the
Jeez,
new
you're
racetrack. Yeah. I want my brain to work all the time.
Yeah.
I'm involved in stuff. I do a lot of volunteering stuff, more than I ever should.
No, that's
Do you
I'm
have
one
a
of the commissioners for the Missouri State Fair that eats up a lot of time. We're building $150 million, I shouldn't say it that way, about
work with
$120
Jimmy-
million facility. And
You work with Jimmy Tucker?
yeah, well, yeah, a couple years on.
my
He's
attorney.
yeah, Jimmy, and yeah, he was a chairman of all the fairs.
Yeah.
That being a commissioner is appointed by the governor, so that means that you're going to work your butt off for nothing to make sure it's right.
Yeah, we're used to that
Yeah.
concept.
yeah. I do that.
And I just thinking the schedule. I'm back up there Tuesday and Friday. But anyway, I stay busy. I don't want to.
Good for you.
This
Good for you, man. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
your go back to your childhood. What was
Yep.
your very first job? You are a self-driven person.
I was
for
raised
sure.
on a dairy farm.
There you go.
Milking cows.
That ain't easy.
And
Did you
yeah,
had to drive them into the stanchions and put the...
back in the day?
Yeah.
We started, I remember hand milking.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, and we're not that far off in age.
And early in the morning.
4:45 every day.
Wow.
And at the end, we always milked between 90 and 100 head. 4:45 in the morning, you jumped into there,
Yep.
and you got your clothes on, and you went to school.
Yep.
And so school's over, 4:45, you milk again.
Yep.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yep.
And that was my life until I went to college.
There you go. There's your
Where'd you go to
discipline.
college?
Yep.
Mizzou.
Mizzou.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Go Tigers.
Well,
Go Tigers.
when we were doing our radio show, we had someone call us from somewhere, a milk barn, every
Yeah.
morning. Remember that? They had a radio
I do.
in the milk
Oh,
barn
yeah.
and a phone, and they would call us every
We
morning.
loved that.
Well,
Yes.
at nighttime when you have the radio on and you're at the end of the day, it's always louder, it seems like. But when you flip that switch on in the morning, and here was Bill Ring.
Yeah.
Good
Yep.
morning. It's shouting at your ears, and you said, "Oh, dang! I just now woke
You know,
up
you could
barely."
pick that show up in Camdenton. You
Yeah.
used to be able to pick up KWTO.
KWTO was a big dog, big stick, and if if you're too busy to fish, or what was he saying? You're too busy.
Yeah.
I mean, it just that. Yeah, I was raised. Now my brothers never got this goofy drive that I have, and I have no idea why.
You're lazy.
No one.
brother.
My wife said, "Why
Lazy,
can't
no.
you just
Deadbeat.
relax a minute?
Nothing,
Why?
brothers.
Why would I want to do that?"
Randy, you're a
That's
very,
great, man.
very impressive man. I've never been more
Thank you
impressed
for
than I
coming
am
in.
today. I got to get down there and see this thing.
You want to see that, but you also want to take time to come Berry Farm, and I'll show you all of our cows and the rest of the farm.
I'm gonna do both.
Sounds
are still
good.
Cows.
milking.
Oh, we got not milking cows. We got a lot of cows and calves.
Oh, you kill them?
No, we don't kill them.
What do you do?
Can
with
I
them?
feed one with a
You
bottle?
don't milk them.
Don't milk them. No, well, those who milk cows do get slaughtered at some point. They have end of life like everything else.
I know. I remember.
It's
I'm real
end of
good
the-
at feeding them with bottles.
Yeah, we did a bunch of the gosh.
They'll suck on your thumb.
But you
I
know,
know.
but when you start a business from nothing, you better work it hard or it won't get developed.
Yep.
And you
You
don't
know,
want
they're
to
not
think
teaching
too much.
that in school these days.
Not anymore. And I'm trying to get my grandson to think about because he's going to be an engineer. But I said, go ahead and get your MBA so that way you
Where's he
understand
going to school?
business.
Rolla?
Mizzou.
Oh, Mizzou.
Yeah.
Okay.
And straight A student, which I was not.
That's awesome.
You know,
With
I
it
partied
going
too
for
much.
What's the point?
engineering.
What's the point? No one's going to look in lifetime we get over it anyway. Don't dig up my grade cards.
Awesome.
Randy, we're out of time. Thank you
Yep.
so
Thank you.
much for coming
You
in. Is
betcha.
there anything that we left out that you want people to know about yourself or about your?
Adventure seekers, I wanted to make sure they have an opportunity to come down and go through it. We can't tell you about it enough until you go through it.
Right.
And people that do, they say,
So it's like a never before
Something around every corner. Yeah.
something around every different.
something no one's
Yeah,
ever seen
something
before.
different around every
Yeah.
corner.
And
Exciting.
and stuff that starts and when you was a kid all the way to when there's kids born today.
Yep.
Just imagine that, technology
Yep,
wise.
it's very cool.
And they're all working.
Nice.
They're all functionable.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
Randy
it.
Little.
Hey.
Thank you, Randy.
You got to clap your hands to make it sound
Clap
big.
for yourself.
All right. Settle down.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
And I owe Kelly Presley an apology for yelling at her for booking you
She
without
knows that your back
letting me
hurts.
know.
You've gotten real short since your back hurts. I don't mean like height wise.
Well, it hurts.
Well, I know, but it's
And you people that don't eat bananas the right way.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk
That's
about
next
that.
week.
that's next week.
how does that happen? I wanna
He'll
get
show
into
you.
that.
I'll have him show you, Randy.
We wouldn't even go into that.
I'll have him show you, Randy. All right. Thank your sponsors.
Thank you. Are you sponsoring the show yet?
No, I should.
He's not
Well,
yet.
Missouri
just-
Berries.
Just book us. Thanks to Missouri Berries,
Thanks to Tom
Tom and Pam
Pam.
over at Kaleidoscope. What a story that
Great
is.
What a
people.
store. Aren't they
Jeez.
fun?
Chocolates.
Yes.
I know.
Back in the day.
Love 'em.
I tell you, it's a very eclectic store. You can get anything you can imagine in there, just about.
Just like to be 40 years younger.
Sunshine and Fremont.
Kaleidoscope. They got stuff for people your age, old fella. They got things in there to help people your age, old fella. Anyway, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you, rock star Jay Stevens.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jay.
And, well, this is Woody P. Snow. What can I say? Make wise choices. Make wise decisions. And I'll see you, Jan.
This is Janet Elaine Lanesing.
This has been Around the Ozarks Rewind with Woody and Janet. If you have questions or topics for the show, email Woody and Janet at aroundtheozarks.com.